It's time to blow out the candle. This party is about to begin.
Next year is now. The moment is right now.
What a catch! Unreal! We back!
We're just a few days from week one of the college football season kicking off. And our voice of college football has jumped on a subway from Queens, where he's doing the U.S. Open, to spend a little time with us here, the great Chris Fowler. But great to have you here. Thank you for coming down.
My pleasure, Greeny. I'm pumped up. That little video got me pumped up. We haven't had an opening weekend like this in the sport in a long time. It's great.
Yeah, you just said it might be the best week one that you can remember seeing maybe ever. 3
top 10 games. You got Belichick's debut Monday. You got Coach Prime in prime time on Friday. You got Alabama, Florida State as well on Saturday afternoon. We're starting with a bang.
All right, let's do Clemson LSU first. That's the game that you guys will have on Saturday night. Obviously fascinating. People very high on Clemson this year. What is at stake for their team?
Well, momentum. I mean, I think they're going to be favored in the rest of their games. They have a much more favorable schedule than LSU does. But you start at home in that environment. It's so cool for us to debut ABC and Prime at a college campus, and that entrance for Clemson and the atmosphere there makes it very tough on visitors. Both schools call Death Valley home. We'll see if Clemson can impose their will against a very good LSU team, but an LSU team that's struggled out of the gate in recent years, as you know.
Yeah, Brian Kelly has not won an opener yet. We had Paul Feinbaum earlier this morning putting a lot of pressure, as Paul is wont to do, on Kelly to finally get a win. It basically makes it sound like the walls will be caving in if things don't go well for him Saturday.
Maybe a slight overstatement, but that's Paul. No, I mean, they've lost 5 in a row, 4 times as favorites. Now, I give them credit for having the guts to play these tough openers. Not many schools do that. This is the toughest assignment of them all, though. You got a reconstructed offensive line around Garrett Nussmeier, debuting in a frenzied environment against a very good defensive front. Clemson might have the best D-line in the country. So there's a lot going on early in that game to get them settled in. They don't have a great running game to lean on, so Nussmeier here is going to have to be exceptional and accurate. I think he's capable, but Clemson's favored for a reason.
And Field Yates did a mock draft, like a way too early draft for next year. He has 6 quarterbacks going in round 1, and 2 of them will be on the field on Saturday night.
Yeah, you get Cade Klubnik for Clemson, who's had a terrific year last year, kind of a runner and thrower. I think him and Nussmeier are considered, along with Arch, the guys at the top of that board. Now, there's a long way to go. They got to prove it, but Klubnik is a guy like Nussmeier. He's played a lot of football. He's worked hard in the offseason to shore up the weak points in his game. I think he expects to have a monster season, might have the deepest receiving core in the country to work with. So, yeah, it's a great quarterback matchup.
It's a great game all the way around. So that's Saturday night on ABC. The beginning of your Saturday will, of course, be College Game Day. They're going to be in Columbus. We'll talk about Coach Corso in a minute, but let's talk about that game. And the star of the game, of course, is Arch Manning. We've been waiting, it feels like, our entire lives to finally see him on the field. His team is number 1 in the country. They're an underdog on Saturday. This is what he was asked about the game.
Not asking any superhuman efforts of you to do anything that is extraordinary. Just go be you. What you've done is good enough to get us to this point, and to get him to this point in this juncture of his career. Now go play the way he's capable of playing, to the style that he's comfortable doing it. And
are you mentally prepared to have that huge X on your back all season long, where everybody is going to be coming for you?
I mean, I think that's all of us at Texas, and I think we kind of try to shift the narrative. We're going for everyone else. Target's not on our back. We have the red dot on everyone else.
Look, I mean, it's a nice way to look at it. Why are you laughing?
Well, the target's on the whole team, but the target's mainly on him. I mean,
right.
If you look at the research, and we've done this at ESPN, he is by far the most hyped crossover star in the sport by a factor of 13. That many people want to see him play, are curious about how he's going to do. And I think he's well equipped to handle it. I mean, he's brought up right. He's pretty grounded. Sarkisian's message was predictable, but also very smart. Like, don't try to be Superman, right? You've got a great defense on the other side. You got playmakers. You have a very complete team. You got a very tough assignment Saturday in Columbus. Arch can do it. Look at this. Not many quarterbacks can house it from 70 yards. He can throw it beautifully. We haven't seen much of that in big games yet, but it's very evident. You watch him practice. The ball comes out of his hand beautifully. I can't wait to see how he performs, and all eyes on him really from the first snap.
that one long run that we keep showing, I think, is more rushing yardage than either of his uncles ever had in any season
combined.
In the entire years combined. So he's got that element. Look, he seems to have absolutely everything. But to your point, that comes with a lot of pressure. I don't know what to expect because almost anything, they're opening on the road against the defending national champs. That's a tough spot for anybody to be in.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Ohio State's got a new pieces on defense, but they've reloaded with a lot of talent. I mean, Sarkisian says don't go try to be Superman because he's seen Arch maybe try to press the ball downfield, be a little bit of a gunslinger, which was not what Sark wanted to see from him. Now, he's going to have to unleash his talent. He's going to have to make plays in big moments. It's a tough schedule they've got ahead, but I cannot wait to see him in that environment. Julian Sayin is the new guy for Ohio State. If you talk about quarterback question marks, Ohio State's got a brand new quarterback against maybe the best defense in the country. So I think defenses have their way in this game. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I don't think Arch has to throw for 300 yards, but he's got to take care of the ball.
There's something I like about, I was one who was always very hesitant when the question came up about expanding the college football playoff, because I always liked the idea that this game will be played in August and it feels like a playoff game. And I was afraid that would be diminished a little bit by the playoff. And yet somehow it does not feel to me as though it has been. As one who sits where you do, in the middle of all this forever, how do you think the expanded playoff has actually impacted these early season games?
Well, it doesn't have the impact of any one game.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to be out of it if you lose this game, obviously. Same thing with LSU, Clemson, same thing with Notre Dame, Miami.
Right.
I think all 6 of those teams may be in the playoff when it's said and done. I like the fact that you're not knocked out in August, frankly. I like it at 12, though. I don't love it at 16 or 28, the latest Big Ten proposal.
Right.
I think it really does dilute the regular season. I'm sure that's a good thing. I think these games have importance, but I don't think they're elimination games, which I also like.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wrong about far more important things than that in my life, so now I'm wrong about that one. So let's talk about what really is the most important part of this. College game day, I've said many times, today's my 29th anniversary working at ESPN. You're one of the few people left who have been around here longer than I have. There's nothing we've ever done that was bigger or better than College game day has been, and that man, Lee Corso, has sat in the center of all of it since its inception. You were there with him for so long. I wonder if you could just take a moment to sort of share your emotions on what I'm sure will be a very emotional day on Saturday.
It's going to be a white knuckle ride for me, man, just to get through it. And a lot of viewers watching that I've heard from. Yeah, 25 years doing the show together, 35 years knowing the man. He's one of one. We'll never see another one like him. And I think the way that he has brought generations of people into the sport through his passion. I mean, to me, Greeny, he's first and foremost a coach. He coached me when I was a young host. He certainly coached Herb Street. He's coached Desmond. He's been, I think, a great presence in the lives of all of us, and for so many viewers who feel like he's their grandpa or he's the guy that got them into the sport. Lee's going to be emotional. There's a big luncheon in Columbus on Friday. People are coming into town for that. So it's going to be, I think, hard to keep it together there. And then obviously on the set. And Brutus, the Buckeye, was his very first headgear pick, as you know. I wouldn't be surprised if he put on that head. He's going to be, I think it's at the middle of the field. It's going to be quite a thing.
Yeah, it's, you know, you don't want to sort of blow your own horn. It's an ESPN thing, but I think it so transcends anything that has to do with any one network. I think people from every walk of college football have celebrated him and are celebrating him this weekend.
Yeah, and they should. I mean, he's such a beloved guy. I think when reality hits and you get out there and you realize that we won't see that again, that's when I think people are going to start to lose it. I mean, I think the show will go on. The Game Day is a powerhouse, but Lee Corso's brought something to not just Game Day, but the sports TV landscape that is wholly unique. And I'll still see him down in Florida. I'm going to toast his 100th birthday in another 10 years, but I think he'll be missed on Saturday morning.
There'll never be anything like it again. There will never be another run as significant as his again. Let me get one tennis question in while I have you here. U.S. Open getting underway. We saw Venus last night playing at the age of 45. I think the big question people have is there a chance that an American man finally breaks this streak? For those who don't know, the last American man to win the singles at the U.S. Open was Andy Roddick in 2003. Before that, American men had really dominated the sport. Pete Sampras won it 5 times. The sport right now feels like it's just Sinner and Alcaraz. Do you give one of the 2 big Americans a chance to break through, and Shelton and Fritz? I mean, what is your expectation for them?
There's a chance. We've got strength in numbers on the U.S. men's side, had it on the women's side for a long time. But You've got Tommy Paul, Francis Tiafoe, who, of course, has made the semis there. Fritz made the final a year ago. But there was a gap between he and Sinner in that match. It's felt pretty big. And I think Shelton, if he gets to the quarterfinals, probably meets Alcaraz. So the draws are challenging. I mean, Patrick McEnroe did predict that American guy would win the title this year. That's a big call because you might have to go through both Alcaraz and Sinner to get that. But I think there's guys in the mix, and Ben is improving fast. He's still really young. Can he catch lightning in a bottle? Sure. I mean, it's possible, but it's so hard to get past both of those guys. They're at not just another level now, they might be playing at a level that we've never seen before, and that's saying a lot.